It's the Bishop,
and Oz.
and we are back again.
Yes.
Excited to be here.
Yes.
Glad to have you with us on this day.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get going,
What you want to say? What's on your heart?
I got something I want to do.
What you want to do?
Now, if you watched our intro,
Oh yeah.
you saw some different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to do something real fast.
What you got to say? What's going on? Lord have mercy. No, you didn't. Oh my goodness.
Check it out.
Lord, oh, check that out.
Yes.
Check that
It
out.
is official. We have our own
Logo.
Yes. The Bishop and Oz mugs.
Yes.
So yes,
Oh, look at that.
yeah, you make sure you
I'm gonna just sit real good at this. Nobody better not touch it.
they're gonna try it.
Ain't nobody gonna touch
But
it.
yeah, we just wanted to make sure.
Oh my goodness, my face is on the mug, y'all.
You
Can
know,
y'all believe that?
It don't happen every day.
It don't happen every
But-
day.
So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that
All
cheers to
right.
the Bishop
And Oz, all right.
All right, so all right. Now that we got that out the way, yeah, I'm gonna leave mine in front of me.
Right there.
Like I'm
Yeah,
like I'm really
yeah.
gonna sip on something.
Yeah, because we ain't got nothing to sip on, you know.
It's just yeah.
But something gonna go in there. All right.
After a while. But today we want to talk about the subject of soulmates.
Soulmates.
Interesting. We talked about dating not too long ago,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're gonna talk about soulmates. Are they real?
Hey. Some people say they are. Some people say they not. But
I mean, go ahead, because I this is a question.
I ain't exactly on like. Man, I guess you can have multiple soulmates. Now, when I say that, don't be talking about me got like 9 wives. No, I don't. No, I don't. When I say that, because the reason why I say that is because I've seen people who have been married, have spouses, and I'm pretty sure they felt like that spouse was their soulmate. That spouse passed on, and they married somebody else, and they said,
Okay.
"This is my soulmate." Also, so with that, I believe it could be more than one.
I could agree with that one.
All right.
Because I'm thinking we're gonna have multiple.
Did you see that strange look he gave me?
Hey man, I had to make sure. Like we ain't talking crazy, talking about that. This show done took a turn south. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, yeah, you can have as many soulmates as you want.
He said, as many as you want.
You said no. But I believe that soulmates are real. Now the when I was thinking about this after we had discussed it, I thought about Proverbs 18:22, and it says, "A man that findeth a wife find a good thing, and obtain his favor, the favor of the Lord." I think that right there is the indication that the person that should be looking for that soulmate is that man.
Hello.
Now, this is not going to be popular because
He
in
trying to start
today's
fighting.
world, we have a lot of women out there that are seeking for the men when it should be the man seeking for the woman, and the woman just be in position to be ready for when that man do show up.
Yes.
And some of y'all asking questions even now. What if he don't ever show up? Well, then that means you
keep on letting God work on you.
Yeah.
Easier said than done.
And I know when you out there waiting and wanting and I mean, if we are, you know what I'm saying, we could sit here and act like it's easy. You're gonna be all right.
No, it ain't.
It's I know it's a struggle,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like having an equation. You got to work through the equation to get the right answer.
There you go.
I don't care what you try to do, how you try to go around it. It's only one answer to this equation, and he gave us the answer to the equation. Now the question is, are you gonna do what he said do, or are you gonna try to go around and get a wrong answer? And that's the problem. We got a lot of people out here with the wrong person, and their feelings is hurt, and they're angry with the world because they got the wrong person. And it's just like, I never meant for you to be with that person.
Oh yeah.
I never told you to get with that person, but you wanted something fast, quick, and in a hurry, and so that's why you got what you got. And so don't come after me
Yeah.
and get mad. Oh God, it's
But-
your fault. No, it's
And at the same time, still God he's still gonna honor that.
yeah.
He's still gonna honor it. And now y'all got to work through some differences that y'all may not have had to work through if you'd have waited for your boy.
If you would have waited.
Uh-oh.
If you would have waited. And that's the waiting game is the hardest thing.
Yeah.
I tell people wait, the word wait is a Christian cuss word. If you are at a dinner at the church and the chicken ain't done and you tell folk to wait, I don't care. Listen, it look like their whole attitude shift. They're angry. They don't want to talk to nobody. And some of them might have to say some words outside in the parking lot because you told them to wait. The same way that happens like that is the same way when you're told that you got to wait on the spouse, wait on the partner. Why do I have to wait? Why can't I have my stuff now?
Right now. Because, I mean, sometimes, man, you know, some stuff ain't right about you. You got to get some stuff in order. I mean, it may be finances. It may be your attitude. It may be a mindset. You know, because people jump into these things, man, and thinking it's just going to be a walk in the park. And marriage is not a walk in the park. It's
At all.
Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's harder on one than it is on the other. And sometimes it's equally hard. It ain't, you know, you hear these folks talk about all the time they want 50-50, but sometimes all marriages all the time are not 50-50. Sometimes it's 80-20.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 60-40. I mean, that's just the way it rolls sometimes. I can remember times in my life where my wife was dealing with something and I had to carry the load. There was times I was dealing with something and she had to carry the load. Yeah. And it's just the way it works at times. And that's bills and all. Let me go ahead and put that out there. Bills and all.
And all. I mean, because it comes at you in ways that you don't expect it. Things happen. And it's just, I think it's good to have that person there that when life does come crumbling down, you got somebody that's a support system.
There you go.
That's what I call a soulmate. Yeah. I'm not calling a soulmate somebody that came over your house last night at 11 o'clock and they try to leave your house before 2 o'clock. That's not a soulmate. They call that something else, so we're just not going to get with that.
Why are you trying to fight with the people?
I'm just telling you that if you're going to do this the right way, do it the right way.
Do it the right way.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be said that we came and gave you some mess. We want to give you the best.
Yes.
And the best is do it God's way.
Hello.
So I could give you a quick scenario of what the Lord told me about when I was seeking for mine. I remember I was in college and I really wanted I wanted a mate. And I was looking at everybody else and I'm thinking, man, look at them. They got somebody. Look at that one. Oh, she fine. And I was just anything, you know. And the Lord spoke to me one day. He said, it's like a restaurant. Like, what? He said, it's like a restaurant. He's like, when you go to a restaurant, a good restaurant, he says, a lot of times when you first go in there, the first person to greet you is a waiter. And what the waiter does is they take care of you and they take you to a table. At the table, you sit at that table, and the first thing what they give you is some bread and some water. He said, if you read in the Bible, Jesus is the living bread, and he's also the water that can quench your thirst. Right. He wants to be your appetizer.
Okay.
I'm not going to preach. I'm just going to give you what he said. And so, you know, with their ordering, and, you know, you ask for what you want, you know, and so you ask for what you want. Be very careful to after you get done asking what you want that you don't start looking at what everybody else got.
All right. And
that's the problem. A lot of times people, you say you want this, but you see somebody over there got bigger muscles, or you see somebody that got a behind, and you start to tweak yourself trying to call your waiter. Wait, I don't know if I want what I asked for. I think I want what they got.
Yeah,
but the problem is you don't know what's in what they asked for. You could be allergic and it might kill you.
Right.
And so anyway, I'm really trying not to preach this.
You preach. You preach.
And so I was like, man, that's something. So I asked for what I want. He said another thing that you got to be careful of, and this is where people are going to hate us and they probably going to stop liking, sharing, and subscribing. He said, be very, very careful of watching a dessert tray.
All right.
He said, because the issue with a lot of people nowadays is they're eating a dessert before their meal.
Oh.
Why is eating a dessert before your meal a bad thing? Because when you eat your dessert before your meal, it messes up your taste buds and you can't appreciate what you got. What is dessert? Dessert is sex. And when you having all this sex before you get married, when you finally get your husband or your wife, you can still be happy, but you still got this taste.
Mm-hmm. And we said it on another episode. We talked about the mind being a comparison engine. And even if you ain't trying to do it, your mind will convert on its own. Hey, do you remember how this person did this and that felt real nice. It make you wish your wife or your husband can do that same thing. Comparison engine, man.
We in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And so I asked the Lord, I said, could you please tell me something about my wife? He said, right now your wife is marinating. And at that time, we ain't had Google. So I had to find out what marinating was, and I went to the dictionary. We used to actually
card catalog in the library. Yeah, we don't.
I looked up the word marinating. That's when I knew it was God, because I ain't know nothing about marinating. And it's to put meat into a solution and let it absorb. And I'm thinking, absorb for flavor and make it tender. I'm like, well, what in the world is she marinating in? She said she marinating in me.
All right.
I said, man, that. I mean, and he said, so when the fire comes, ain't gonna dry out, ain't gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? Still be tender. You want something that's tender. I don't want no rough woman.
No.
I'm sorry. And then I don't want nothing that's undone, bleeding all the time. Bleeding here, bleeding there, crying about this. God, ain't nothing right. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Nope. And you don't want no undone man.
Hello,
women.
Nope.
That's why you got to wait. You got to wait. Allow the process of God to happen so that you can get your soulmate. And again, I ain't supposed to be doing all this talking.
But he's talking a lot. It's all right.
But what I'm saying is, allow God to show you who that person is. And I promise you that he'll do that if you learn how to wait on him. He's faithful. I believe it with everything in me that he is faithful to bring that right person to you. So yeah, but stay away from the dessert. Allow him to be your waiter, because what the waiter does is it comforts you. And what does the Holy Spirit? He's our comforter. I believe Jesus is the chef. All right. And God is the manager of the whole process.
All right. He talking. He is talking.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Now with all the qualifications that you just laid down, what are some qualifications that the world would have you look at but aren't necessary for finding a good mate? Because I got a couple of them, but I want to hear you.
Well, I mean, one of the first things is, we all look at looks.
Yeah, that's the first attraction.
They got to be this fine. They got to be this tall. They got to have this many muscles. They got to have that many teeth. And you don't want nobody to look like they got hit by a train. No. And if you have been hit by a train, God be with you, and we pray your recovery.
Did not say it. I did not say it. Now you gonna have somebody go here talking about I got hit by a train. You don't like folks got hit by trains?
I'm married, so it don't even matter. But I'm glad you survived. Anyways, but other qualifications, some may say you got to be rich.
Oh, okay. Now that was one of the things I want to hit on.
Go ahead.
Because first let me say this: manhood is not graded on how much money you make. It's graded on what you do with the money you make.
I got you.
Because I could be a billionaire and still not spend my money right. I just got enough money to act like a fool.
The rich, yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't. And this is not an opinion. This is fact. I don't care how much that man making. If he bring home a check to you as your spouse, whether it's with kids or without kids, if he bring that check home and he says, babe, this is what I got. This is what we need to do. This is what's going on. This is all I got. Then that man deserves the most. He deserves respect.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, if he taking it out and doing whatever he want to do with it and knowing that you sitting at home and worried about the bills and blah, 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 and all that type of stuff, then yeah, but don't sit there and put this stipulation that every man got to be making 6 figures in order for you just to even talk to him. To talk, you mean you can't be kind enough just to say, hey, how you doing? Or reject them soft. You ain't got to be like, oh, you ugly and you nasty looking and I don't like. It ain't got to be all that.
No.
Be like, yeah, thank you for the compliment, but I'm not interested. But today we like to cuss people out, make them look like they a fool, make them feel ignorant and stupid. Then y'all wonder why these men ain't talking to you. That's a whole nother episode. But anyway, but I'm just saying, he ain't got to be a certain height.
Yeah.
For him to be a good man. Now I know that's a preference as far as like looks, but short or tall, if he a good man, he a good man. He a good man. You know, just and even on the woman's side, she can be thin, she can be plus size, she can be Coca-Cola bottle. You dress it up however way you want. In the end, that's not gonna make whether or not that woman is a good woman. It's gonna stick near you through thick and thin. Because guess what? I need a woman that when I'm down can help me get back up.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, guess what? I need to be picked back up after this world done tore me up, smacked me and did everything else. I need somebody that's gonna be there for me.
And one thing I learned about looks and physical features, they don't last.
They do not last.
They don't last. I don't care if she built like a brick house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
Them bricks gonna fall.
They gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? They gonna need some more mortar and they putting stuff together, and you know that's why now we got all these apps and stuff changing the picture. You got Botox trying to keep your folk half smiling all the time, you know. And if you got Botox, you know, gotta be with you. But you know, it's just like all this stuff to try to keep you up. But really what's keeping you up should be your attitude.
Hello.
It should be your mindset.
Yeah.
It should be your character.
Yeah.
That's what makes you look good. Because I've seen some of the quote unquote finest looking women, some of the finest looking women, but when they opened up their mouth,
and some of the most successful men.
Nasty mouth, nasty attitude, and to me, that makes you ugly.
Ugly. Yep. I don't care how much money you carry. If you're not carrying yourself in a manner that's a godly man, you just a man with some good. You just a man that got lucky in making money.
Yeah.
That don't make you better than anybody else. Your character, your morals, your values.
Find a person that prays.
Yes.
Find a person that knows God. And I believe that will be a great start to a successful relationship.
Yes.
I just believe that. I ain't say go out there and find you a preacher or try to find you an evangelist and nothing like that. I'm saying find somebody that has a relationship with God. Because if they can have a good relationship with God, they can have a good relationship with you.
Yes.
If they don't have a relationship with God, they really can't love you right. And I just believe that. And you can sit there and quote me on it and say I said it and get mad at me and do all that. But I said what I said and I'm not taking it back.
Because at the end of the day, the Bishop and Oz love God.
Yes.
Live the best way we can according to his word.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to encourage you with those words.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and call this episode.
Yes.
And we hope that you find that soulmate. If you don't know how to find a soulmate, inbox us and we will continue to help you to get to where you need to get to. And really all we're going to do is point you to God.
Hello.
Pretty much, you know. So anyways, this has been good. This has been DaBizhop.
And Oz.
Catch you next time. This is DaBizhop.